and this is No Ghana TV. On today's episode, we are going to have an overview of the month of March, which was also termed as the Heritage Month in Ghana. I'll take you through why was it the need for us to give it that much importance when it comes to our culture and heritage, and also who are those behind such an agenda. And I'll give you some of the highlight moments during the Heritage Month observation. And I'll give you which of the media houses in Ghana here which gave it all when it comes to their content and also their creativity when it comes to us celebrating the Ghana month or our Heritage Month. So stick and stay with me. Please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, please kindly subscribe to this channel. Click on the notification button so whenever we release any video, you'll get to know. And also I'll plead with you to like and comment on this video so other people will also get to know of this video. This is No Ghana. I'll be right back. So like how every individual, like any normal person, will try and prepare when their birthday is approaching. So for example, if say I'm born in the month of May and then we are in April, I'll start preparing if I want to throw some birthday party, or definitely because I know that month was the month that I was born, I would kind of do a lot of preparation. That's how the whole idea of the Ghana month or the Heritage Month also came about. So Ghana gained its independence on the 6th of March. So meaning the whole of the month of March, Ghana will at least celebrate its birthday or the independent birthday or parade or celebration. Hence, the whole month was seen or termed as the Ghana month because Ghana gained the name Ghana, the everything about Ghana now. Actually, we can say or constitutionally say started in the month of March, because that was when Ghana gained independence from the colonial masters or the colonial rule. So the idea of Ghana month also was birthed to celebrate Ghana, and as part of the celebration, we look at the culture, which really is our identity, which has to do with our kind of music that we have, our folklore, music, stories, the history, our rich culture and history, how Ghana came about, the history of some ethnic groups, some groups, tribes in the country. We also look at the food that we have, our clothing, our language, our names, our leaders, and a whole lot. So actually the Ghana month is a packed month which look at some of these things. Okay, so now that is what the Ghana month actually means. Now, why the Ghana month in the month of March? I've explained to you that Ghana was born in the month of March. Let's take it, Ghana was born in the month of March. Hence, there's the need for us to celebrate when it comes to that. Already, some activities has been happening for the past 66 years, which is the celebration of the Independence Parade that we always observe when it comes to on the particular day, which is the 6th of March. Why is that? There is a trend that for the past decade, should I say the past decade or half a decade now, there is this trend that has been going on that whenever there is the month of March, the whole agenda in the media tends to change, and then we focus on the things or our heritage, things that make up our heritage. So now, let's look at those behind the Ghana month. Those behind the Ghana month is the media. There's no doubt about it. Even the ministries or the institutions that has been that constitution actually back for them to promote sometimes find it very difficult to do this, but because the media actually have that space, that time, that resources, and that kind of muscles to take care of this, when they came in, things has really changed. And I must say, I really applaud the whole media fraternity in the country, because when it came to Ghana month, a whole lot of rich, and we saw a lot of our culture being displayed on daily basis. Yes, from morning to evening, and sometimes the storytelling angle that comes with it, the way the presenters actually dress, you know, a whole lot was happened during the Ghana month. So I'll come to it later on, but let's look at who those behind it. Like I said, is the media, and it's part of the methodology or should I say the theories that make up the media, which is the agenda setting theory. So the agenda setting theory actually is one thing that the media tends to shift the focus of the public onto a certain topic that the media want the public to know and talk about. So this is the agenda setting theory. So if the media want us to talk about the presidency, the media has that muscles and power to shift our attention, to shift the conversation in the public space or public domain to the general public, and then the general public will buy into that idea that the media actually wants to buy. Okay, the media actually is selling. The general public will buy it because they are they have that kind of, they are the gatekeepers to the conversation and the topic that we actually talk about on daily basis. There is no doubt about it. So the media is the agenda, or they are the panacea, or the fuel that is actually pushing that kind of agenda into the public domain. And trust me, the public also bought into idea because it was well packaged, it was well sold, and then we also bought into that idea. And then you could see that one thing that will help us understand that if a media is trying to set an agenda is when you go to every media house, you try to see that there is that kind of that you will see traces of that kind of topic. So i.e. when we were talking about the Heritage Month, whenever you go to, or whenever you tune into many FM stations or radio, TV, television stations in Ghana here, you'll see that the way of the presenter, the way the presenters have dressed, sometimes the language even changes, the guests that come on the show, the topic that they speak about, or they portray the heritage and everything on those media outlets, shows you that indeed these people are pioneering some agenda. And so the media were they were the agenda setters for this celebration. And trust me, this year's own has been one unique one. And I have my favorites. I'm not being biased, but to me, some media houses topped it all. Okay, with content-wise, with history, teaching, events, programs that they organized. Whoa, it was mind-boggling, and I really enjoyed my time watching television or listening to the radio station during Ghana Man, because as a culture officer, I learned a lot. Yes, I learned a lot. So yes, the media actually set the agenda for us, and it was marvelous. So now let's look at some of the activities or the highlight during the month of the month before I come to which media houses blown my mind, and then for which reason why I'm even supporting or saying that they really topped that agenda. Now, some of the main activities that happen, like whenever it's in the month of March, the Independence Day observation happens. Also on the 6th of March, this year's own, like what has been happening in the past 3 or 4 years, we don't really observe the independence celebration in the capital. The last time it was in Tamale, it came to Kumasi, and now they went to Cape Coast, and also this time around it went to the Volta region. And I had some colleagues who were there, and then it was marvelous. You could see the scene, the reception, having the Independence Day. It was historic in that spirit, because the first time such an Independence Day celebration is being observed in the region. And so you could see the crowd that came, the rich culture of the people of the Volta that was displayed, and also the need for us to bring such events closer to them, to feel that they are part and parcel of the whole agenda or the whole celebration, was a unique one. And so yes, I would kind of commend the hard work of the organizers or the government. That's one main key point that you can't even take it away from the Ghana month, which is the month of March. Then again, let's go to football. Aside the celebration, which we saw, some major event that happened, and the midst or within the Ghana month also, we were privileged to see the Black Stars of Ghana rocking shoulders with their Angolan counterparts in Babaya Sports Stadium in the month of March, which was massive. You could see the crowd that came, even though Ghana won 1-1, and then also later on won had 1-1 how do you call it, 1-1 game with Angola later in the second leg in Angola. Ghana won their first leg, here, which was also good to spice, the Ghana man celebration in Ghana. To me, it was one key moment in the celebration of the Ghana month, having your national team playing in such a time where everyone is focused to learn one or thing about their culture and their identity, and having this spirit of their Ghanaian footballers also winning matches. To me, was one key moment that I enjoyed a lot, looking at what was going on. So yes, that's one thing that I can also take from the celebration of the Ghana month. Another key thing that should I say is it was nice. I also enjoyed the visitation of the U.S. Vice President, His Excellency Kamala Harris, who was here on a business trip, should I say, a presidential trip to the country. It was a very monumental moment, which saw her having some interaction with the Ghanaian public, the state officials, the president, of course, and some dignitaries. Her visitation has spiced or sparked some conversation in the public domain. People have diverse views about her visitation, but to me, it was very special moment, having such a great personality in the country within the month of March, which was the Ghana month. It really spiced the celebration. The agenda setters, what they did actually, and I'm going to talk about some selected a few of the media houses. I may be biased, but yes, I need to do this because I can't talk about virtually what every media house, because I wouldn't have my time to do it. Now I'll talk about 4 or 5 media houses in brief and some of the things that they did, and then I'll actually select the one or the media house that topped it all for me. Okay, now let me start with some of the account speaking radio or television stations that we have here. So we have radio stations like Despite Media, being one of the media houses that really, from time to time, they don't normally wait for us to get to the Ghana man before they display such rich culture that we have in Ghana here. From time to time, you could see their content, the language that they use, and everything shows our culture. They have some programs that talks about our proverbs, which I like listening to whenever I find myself in the capital. Okay, so they are known to do that a lot, and I can attest to that. But when you go to the Ghana man, they spice it a bit. So on their television stations, their presenters dressed as chiefs or queens. They displayed the games that we have here in Ghana. They're setting, they're setting for their setup. Let me say setup, but their setting for their production was changed to that kind of, for it to have that kind of heritage feeling. You get it, the Ghanaian feeling in there. And like I said, the dances were displayed, our culture, our food, the stories. Some topics were being chosen by their presenters, and some guests came on to also show their knowledge about the culture that we have. And it's not only about some of few selected programs. You could see that it's really cut across some of the major programs that they have on their televisions or their platforms, and I commend them for such a great work that they did. I really commend them. Now let's go to multimedia. Multimedia did the same. One thing that they also did, they also had a deba to climax the whole Ghana month activity, which was also fantastic. Adum TV, Joy News, you could see the feeling of the togetherness, unity when it comes to us talking about our culture. Now, Media General also had a show, and I wouldn't say a show, but you could see that most of their content saw the feeling of Ghanaianness in it, and they also climaxed the whole activity with a very big deba, which I was surprised that a media house would put up such a beautiful and very nice deba, and it was very fantastic. I enjoyed it. Their content were on point when it comes to our culture. Their guests that came, their dressing costume, their setting as well. I loved them. I loved it. it was on point. Now, the media house that to me I enjoyed listening or I enjoyed their programs and activities, to me, is City TV. They won it for me, yes. With back to your village food bazaar that they had, and also the heritage caravan that they had, a 1 week trip, and they had people came on board. They traveled around the country to some interesting tourist sites with people from the US, from the States, Ghanaians who are on holidays, on leave. They took the opportunity to visit about 10 regions in Ghana here within a week. And to me, that's a massive package to really observe the Ghana month. And I love that idea. I'm praying that City TV will see this and also extend it to the various regions, so that not only those in Greater Accra will enjoy, but to me it was massive and I loved it. And their Back to the Village Food Bazaar was also another interesting event that they organized that really was, breathtaking. You saw people coming to the forecourt of AMA, where the food stands were there, the local food, local music, everything was local on that day. And you see the big and high profile personalities coming to enjoy the food that they used to eat in their village, and it was massive. And so I commend City TV for that, City FM and then City TV for such a good work that they did. And also you could see their content. They take time on their morning show to talk about a certain topic like music, the back-to-back music, back-to-back stories. Some high profile program that they have on there also had time to tell us about our heritage and our culture. And to me, it was interesting that we observed the Ghana month. And yes, City TV topped it out for me, and I enjoyed the Ghana month. So yes, the Ghana month was good. I enjoyed it. Yes, I loved everything about it. The media really contributed, not just the few that I've mentioned, but a lot of them also that I couldn't have mentioned. Yes, GTV also did massively well. Fantastic job when it comes to the Ghana month observation. I loved whatever they did. I was watching and also monitoring their contribution towards the Ghana month celebration. Then again, aside all this, the question is, should it always end at the end of the month? That we wouldn't talk about Ghana again, we didn't talk about heritage again. This is the question that bothers my mind. Should Ghana month always end, or should it always be observed in the month of March? Because Ghana gained independence on the month of March. The question is no. We all need to come on board to make sure that our heritage and our culture is being talked about every now and then. And then there's agenda setting methodology of the media should try and also look at how best we can incorporate our culture and our heritage in our day-to-day, in their day-to-day agenda and production, so that we wouldn't lose touch of our culture. In all, let us help promote our culture and heritage. And this is what this channel seeks to do. No Ghana TV. We are here to tell you about the nitty-gritties and the heritage and beautiful culture that we have here in Ghana. So please, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, kindly subscribe to this channel. Click on the notification button, like, comment, and share, so that when you get there, we'll be able to bring you some nice and interesting content that talks about the rich culture that we have here in Ghana. My name is Jeffrey, and this is No Ghana TV. Until we meet again, it's bye for now.